is a Hoover Hooverette from Hoover Hooverette. Hoover's most unpopular vacuum cleaner, which is a shame because you can get them in absolutely mint, pretty much brand new, complete condition for nothing because they're a bit boring. They're a bit rubbish, but I had two. So this one we're going to have a look at has been fully stripped and fully refurbished. And then this one, which we're also going to have a look at. It doesn't need wires. Let's have a look. Yes, hello, my vacuum cleaner and unpopular Hoover chums. How are you today? Yes, this is the first stick vacuum cleaner, popular one, I think, that we had in the UK. And I think this is the Lark from America, something like that. It's, yeah, they're all very much related. And, oh, if I can just get that one in there and get this handle on here, voila, we have ourselves a stick vacuum cleaner. Very nice indeed. Oh dear, take this off. I have the quite rare front pad, which I know to take off carefully. So this is the standard floor head, very closely modelled on a Hoover Constellation head, and you could use it and have the same experience, but obviously they're blue and would never colour match a Hoover Constellation. They then came with this pad, and I have one that's only got a couple of little places where it started to rot and have damage. And yeah, you click this. Oh, how does that have it? It's on the front. There you go. You click it onto the front of the floor head, and that is now your hard floor cleaner. Very nice indeed. What you could then do is take the carry strap, as I have here. Nobody ever used these, and click it into the handle, like so. Then you can wear the machine like a really unstylish bag. And yeah, have all the cleaning you need. We can as well take the cable and have a look at its lovely Volex plug that I fitted. A bit faded sadly, but came up all right. Certainly very age appropriate. Find some power and yeah! There we go! A Hoover Hooverette. You get pretty much no airflow at all, which is a shame because the motor in this is almost like a scaled down Hoover Constellation motor, and they have excellent airflow as well. I don't think it's even because the bag's full, because if we take off this top and that falls out, we can see there isn't really much to happen inside it. That's where the dirt goes. You have this bag, which has to go in back to front, and then that sits on there, and these are an absolute pain to bag mod. Haven't really managed it yet because inside of there, this seal also carries on in there and is what the inside of the wand seals to. So that's very important, but then you're left with a flange and then a very narrow hole. And I mean, I've tried putting, the best way you're going to be able to do it is I need to measure whatever circumference that is and find some sort of pipe to fit on, and then you could fit the tiniest little bag ever, because you get pretty much no room at all. No room at all in there. It's one of the reasons they're so flipping unpopular as machines to play about with, which is a shame because they do work and they are quite fun. Now that we've got this, I am going to do some measurements. Okie dokie. I'm going to put this adapter onto the end of the wand just to help me secure it to our contraption here, and we shall see how many miles an hour this Hooverette will take. Oh, it's terrible lighting as well, hang on. I think we're going to call that an 8 miles an hour of, well, 8 miles an hour of suction air. I take this on thinking that I was being clever. But actually, that's possibly wrong because, of course, this machine has exhaust air as well. So it's more airflow outwards. That's interesting, yeah. Still 8. Oh, I almost got a different result doing it the other way. I think we'll stick to just measuring the suction, even though, yeah, we can very much now demonstrate flow. But not as reliably. So an 8 for our Hooverette. Then I can get the hose back up, bring you just back around here slightly, because I can cheat a little bit. I discovered this, which is a Hoover Senior / Junior blower adapter that goes on the bag drill tube, will fit very nicely onto our suction water lift. And our little Hooverette barely pulls a 25. Ah. Yeah. There we go. So 25 inches per water lift and then 8 miles an hour of airflow. But none of that could matter if it can pick up some dirt from the floor. I don't want to get this bag incredibly filthy for reasons which will become clear very shortly. And for Hooverette, this is pretty much the limit of what you want to be cleaning up. Would it do it? Yeah! The 1960s one that is picking up the right tool. Very nice. Well, I picked that up a lot better than I was anticipating. That's very good. Perhaps we should do a bit of sawdust. That was still quite impressive. Those brushes at the back, which float in this setting, they just push themselves back in. In the other setting, they're then pushed out, which is for your hard floor. But yeah, in that setting, the brushes did help. And I mean, you know, a bit falling out, but you get that from a lot of stuff, picking up sawdust. Works very well on the carpet. Let's just try that hard floor pad quickly. We'll put a little bit of ice down. And then just a little handful of sawdust, I think. We won't go crazy. Then I can take this part. I mean, it's ever so easy to do when you're a busy housewife trying to get clean before the children come home. You still got to have your gym. There we go. Oh, that's predictable but pleasant. There we go. Okay, that was too much mess. Oh yeah, as long as you have no dirt down at all, that's lovely. But its main problem is that, it's just got this big long piece of string coming out of it. I mean, I can't vacuum my whole house very efficiently. But as soon as I come out to here, oh no, look, Yeah. See? The cable. He exists. And having a cable is something that we could fix. So let's have a look at the cordless version that I made. Ta-da! I mean, it's exactly like a Hooverette because it pretty much is. If we take out this, oh, hang on. So this is my 20 volts. I mean, these are amazing if you can get one of these because all the BMS stuff is inside of them, so they don't destroy themselves when you hack power into them, just like I have done. So 3D printed thing, bonus points for using genuine Hoover bearing retaining bolts and some of the original flex, which comes around through here. This is about the worst bit because sadly I ripped through my battery connector, but under here this is plugs into all of the normal wiring blocks. And then, well, I'll put a picture up because it's together and I'm not taking it apart right now. I glued a 350 watt brushless digital motor basically to the back of here. This is now part of all of the motor and everything that goes with it. This is this little controller board, which is, I extended the wires that run around the handle in all of the original places, and yeah, it is effectively a cordless Hoover Hooverette. Humour me for now because annoyingly I only have one bag because this one is split. And even more annoying, which I haven't flipping realised, I'm missing this flappy part, which is absolutely critical because nothing will seal up. Wow, that didn't seal up anyway. There it is. Hang on, no way that would have sealed, but I was faffing around because look, here's its floor head, and I have a second hard floor pad. Oh yeah, that's it. There's then no seal because that top bit should go behind the gasket. So, bit of a pain in the bum. I can only use one at a time, and we've just filled that one with sawdust. So for now, we shall use this bag. I shall clip my battery on, and we'd already had it on. Just like the real thing. And it works really well. It's perhaps a tad screechy and loud, but yeah, it works quite well. So this is my mild conundrum because in order to test these reasonably well, equally, we need, oh wow, this bit, and we'll borrow all this again, but I need this bag because obviously this bag will be adding a buttload of resistance to everything, and that's why we just picked up a bit of sawdust because yeah, we need to take that out of here. So yeah, corded, cordless. And I'll put this one back together later, but you can tell a difference. So we shall pop. So yeah, I annoyingly can't use both of them at the same time. And even more annoyingly, I don't think I quite care enough to get an entire spares Hooverette that would have this front bit and a bag in order to do it. You know what I mean? I'm lazy. So I can take my second hose that I have, which is great to have a hose. This is the older toolkit because it has the metal connector. This other one is a plastic one. Because yeah, Hooverette went on for so long, it spanned a toolkit change. Whoa! Yeah! Let's take some quick measurements of this. I'll start by trying to get as close as we can to the 8, was it? Got to do it like three-handed though. So, motor on. Cup in. Oh, that's immediately a 10. Oh, I don't think this is... There we go. Yeah, 10. So that's like 3 miles an hour more airflow just from having a digital motor. Again though, it's a tiny little digital motor. There's all the room in the world in here. Can it blow more than the 11 on the exhaust? Oh yeah. Oh, if I go really close to it. crazy. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So an improvement on there. Let's check the other water lift measurement. Because I didn't make this out of a Dyson motor, in theory it shouldn't pulse either. Oh! 45! I wonder how much it does on low. So that's a Hoover Junior. Amazing. So yeah, a marked improvement on the original. And now that we've done all that, we can pick up some dirt. And just on its normal setting. Oh yeah. Oh, no. Let's spread it out first and we'll use it as nature and Mr. Hoover intended. Suddenly, as a cordless vac, it makes all the sense in the world. It is a little bit heavier now I've strapped this battery to it. I mean, you could, if you really knew what you were doing, do enough space, you could build a little internal battery pack, BMS, and DC jacket. Or if you used another cordless vacuum to smash it apart and do it, you could work. But I've got my dual battery. I was a little bit limited, but yeah, it works really well. Let's clean up this. Works perfectly well. I mean, does it work when it's on low? Yeah. That's still picking the bits up, so, if you're on the hard floor, you could be fine. Don't think you can go too low. I think there's a limit in everything. So you smash it on high, and it works really well. I can get all the bird fluff out from underneath my tree. Time of filming this, it's Christmas Eve, and my next job is to get all the presents under the tree. So yeah, we can get all the bird dander out. Oh, we can choose and get right behind it. Oh yeah! Does work so well. There is, however, one more way we can make it even more brilliant. Just don't worry about this tape, it's fine. I definitely didn't drop it and discover that, I'd only screwed it on by one screw and the whole back bit sheared off. And that did highlight the downside of this design. It really does want an internal battery. But if we take this head, which again, annoyingly, this battery is the only one that fits my VAX Air head, but this nice fix all head has an adapter in it which will clip into the Hooverette and turn our cordless stick vacuum into a power head cordless stick vacuum, and it should still be pretty good. I mean, this isn't the worst head in the world. Oh yeah! Just like Mila used to make. Oh yeah! That's lovely. that cleans up a treat. Again, this is quite a soft head, but you get the idea. That is literally the Miele S3. We've had one on the channel, the white one. This is its spiritual successor. But a lovely candidate. And once I fix that broken battery holder, one that I think could be quite cool to use. What do you think? Have you ever turned what is an unsellable, dull, unwanted, unloved Hooverette into something that is a bit more fun, but still quite unloved? Have you ever made a corded vacuum cordless? If so, let me know how you did it down below, and give me some ideas with how we should get this Hooverette out and give it some actual wedding. But until the next time, I and some other custom horrifying creation will see you soon. Bye bye.